Hi everyone, it is me, Jordan Long, and today I'm going to talk about my misunderstanding of loan sheets or borrowed sheets or whatever you want to call them, loan guilds or borrowed guilds. They may be an offshoot of a gald holder, they may be their own business, but I always had the misunderstanding of all of them. Well, I just want to say that I always had a misunderstanding of them or how they work. And even though I've had one for some time, I never worked it. Why did you never work it from us? Because I always had a belief that when I got it from you, you wanted me that I had to take out the gal that that I borrowed. No, you don't have to. You know, you're mistaking borrowing for a loan. When one takes a loan out, then one is entrusted or answerable to work with that loan. But borrowing is not a loan. It is true you're borrowing from us, which you then are entrusted or answerable to owe back or yield back how much it was, whatever it was. But it's not a loan, so you choose when to work it. Yeah, but I always had this misunderstanding about you loan guilds, either it be Visa or Overling Mastercard, something known as Overling card, Discovery or Seeker, Capital One or Headstead One, or you know American Express or New World Fast, or all the other loan guilds that might be offshoots of gal holders and some own businesses. That you folks are happy until a hang up happens, and you don't help anyone. Yeah, we're a business, and a business makes gald. Yes, we do help folks out when they have a hang up with their borrowing, but loaning, borrowing, yielding back what they borrowed. We used to do grace periods a long time ago. We used to do yielding times for folks a long time ago. But a lot of folks started to take the upside on us. So we're not so entrusted with giving out yield times for folks unless we can truly trust that they're truly having an income hang up. Yeah, that's probably true. But here's what I don't understand, and maybe you can tell it to me. Why is it that, let's say you borrowed out something, let's say it was for $25. We'll just make a guess there. Why would that 25 become 26? I thought the interest, or whatever the English word, the backing, I thought if you borrowed out 25, then you're going to yield back to 25. Why would you be yielding back more than you borrow? Well, there's also a thing called income toll. And like every business, we got to take out fees for and stuff for our business. And yes, if it was a flawless world, you would only be loaning back. You only be yielding back to 25 you borrowed out. But then there's a bunch of other things that we also have to take out as a business. And there's a thing called income toll. So yeah, toll is taken out of that too, or whatever. I don't. Yeah. Well, at least I know I don't have to work any of the stuff. But I always like to tell every borrowed guild that I've ever been a shopper or buyer of that I might not be good at yielding back what I borrowed out. I know you don't like to hear that, but it's true. Of anyone that I'm always frightened of yielding back, it is always borrowed guilds, because they're always the ones that I always frighten that I'm not going to have enough to yield back to them after I'm done yielding back to everyone else that I have either borrowed from or have was working something that I bought from them. Yeah, that is true. That is true, you know. But I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, well, you didn't borrow anything from us. I mean, you do got a borrowed sheet, but you haven't borrowed anything from us, so you wouldn't worry about yielding back unless you borrowed from us. So, yeah, that's my misunderstanding of borrowed guilds and how they run and stuff like that. Because I always mistake borrowing for a loan. I always believed that once you were on a borrowed guild, I always believed that you were entrusted and answerable then to work with the borrowed. I didn't know that you didn't have to ever work with whatever was borrowed. I mistaken that for loaning, which when you take out a loan for something, then you're entrusted, then you're answerable to yield back how much what that loan was. You know, where with borrowing you don't have to yield back unless you borrowed. Then you're entrusted and answerable to yield that back. But anyway, I didn't want to tell you which one of the many borrowed guilds out there that I'm a buyer or shopper of. If it's a loan, if it's a borrowed guild, or it's a team, a offshoot of a borrowed of a gald keep of a gald holder. Um, at the end of the day, I am misunderstanding all of them. You know. So anyway, it is what it is. So if you like this film, follow me over here at Jordan Long Show. Watch the last film I made yesterday over here. And I'll see you later for my film that I was at Clash at the Castle or Strike at the Stronghold. And I'll see you later. Bye.